cannot protect you from within the silk prison of your bed. You'll do as your queen commands. She released him roughly. You will tell me where she is, and you will serve me as I desire, or I will destroy you. He shuddered and straightened as best he could. Kill me then, because you'll never have her, or me. Her eyes flashed, and for a moment he was certain she would strike him dead. But then she smiled. Very well, Galay. You'll have your life, and your filthy little pet. In fact, you'll have all the humans you can desire, she said. You will be brought before the Winter Court and banished from Arcadia. But first, you will suffer. As she spoke, 4 Caste descended the steps. No, 3 Caste, and Lavorin. Though his face was as expressionless as the court torturers, misery filled his lieutenant's eyes. Lavorin would follow orders, and he was grateful for that at least. Her threats to destroy him were empty, but she'd not hesitate to strike Lavorin down. She leaned toward him, her smile twisting on itself. If you'd not sent your son to flee with the human whore, I'd have ordered him to do this. But your dear, trusted lieutenant will suffice. The queen moved back, but she did not leave the dungeon. She stayed to watch. She watched until he no longer had the strength to scream. Chapter 1. I still hadn't gotten used to the way people stared when we were out in public. Sadie and I could pass for normal, but Taeral, well, my brother kind of stood out. Even in Manhattan, land of the free and home of the weird. Nearly 7 feet tall, with long black hair and a black duster over black clothes, and a silver metal arm longer than his normal one. The stares were worse in broad daylight. At least Taeral didn't mind being stared at. He just hated the humans right back. "You're certain this place is near," he said, as we turned the corner at 7th and 29th. I nodded. Abe said they have a file on it. Apparently it's on the NYPD's watch list. For what? Sadie said. Existing. 8 years ago, the Grotto had been a run-of-the-mill glass-front tattoo shop, sharing space with an occult bookstore on 42nd, between 9th and 10th. Now that space was a Starbucks. 4 successive cab drivers and a search on Sadie's phone failed to turn up a new address, so I'd called Abe, who'd been reluctant to give me a location for a vaguely suspicious tattoo studio that no one seemed to know anything about. I couldn't blame him, really. I had my own suspicions, considering the owner of the shop in question had given me magic tattoos that I didn't know were magic until very recently. And then I found out the guy was some kind of rogue Seelie prince. Being half Unseelie, I'd been forced to assume whatever magic they contained was supposed to help me, since apparently the Seelie and Unseelie had a long tradition of trying to kill each other at every opportunity. Still, I'd had them 8 years now, and the tattoos didn't seem to do much except glow. Taeral was a lot more worried than me, and a lot more pissed, but he usually was. Angry was his baseline emotional state. "All right," I said as we walked. "Tell me why we're doing this now instead of taking a little time to recover from, I don't know, fighting a pack of werewolves and a shitload of soldiers with super weapons." We'd only been back in New York for a few days after we'd helped Sadie save her family from Milus Dei, a whole new branch of the evil cult bastards we thought we'd already destroyed. Turned out there were pockets of them all over the world, with all sorts of fun plans to exterminate the others. The one we just stopped involved a serum that temporarily gave humans the abilities of a werewolf, which would have let their soldiers kill just about anything. I was still horrified at what I'd done to save the werewolves and humans they'd captured to experiment on, and I wasn't anywhere near ready to jump back into the supernatural fray. But here I was, making a surprise visit to a Seelie prince. I've explained it all.